Hey guys, hold on, I'm on my other phone because last time I was super confused because I wasn't sure what way to hold my phone, this way or that way. So I'm just gonna check.
This
and
foundation
just
covers
hold your horses.
everything, but it still looks like skin. Insane. Looks so natural. Hi everyone, welcome back.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm trying to figure it out.
I think I'm sideways. Okay. Am I sideways? If you're watching me, can you let me know if I'm sideways and if I have to flip the camera? Can you tell me? Is there comments? I can't tell if they're sideways. Okay, thank you. There we go. Okay. Okay. The reason why I wasn't sure is because people always tell me, like, before, like when I first started my YouTube channel, I always recorded all of my services like this versus like this, so you only ever get like just a little sliver. So that's why I was trying to do it the other way. Am I okay now? Am I better? This is the dumbest thing. I always feel like the biggest dumbass doing this. Is only the second live. Okay, good, perfect. All right, well, so before when I went on and did a live, I know there were some people that were kind of sad that they like missed it. And so I have like 30 minutes until my next client. So I just figured that I'd come on here and say hi to my friends. So does anybody have a topic they want to go over or any questions about anything? How's the day? For me, it's raining here. I'm in Washington State and it's raining. And I wish it wasn't, but oh well. What's new with me? Oh, do you guys watch Life of, oh, son of a, do I recommend becoming a hairstylist? The owner just came in. Bad timing.
Where are we dripping?
I kind of hear it in the corner over there where the water is.
Looks like there's fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh too. And actually, yeah.
And the roofer's supposed to be coming down. See the wetness.
Sorry, we have a leak in the salon.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Horrible timing. Do I recommend becoming a hairstylist?
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of expanding.
I definitely recommend becoming a hairstylist, especially if it's like your passion, because you'll love what you do. But if you feel like it's something that you just want to try out and see how you like it, I wouldn't really recommend doing that because then you're going to be in debt for whatever the salon is, however much it costs. I know when I went to beauty school, it was only like $8,000 or so to go to the beauty school. And I actually did it through the high school, so I even paid like less than that. But I recommend if somebody was interested in going into the hair industry, like find somebody that you follow on Instagram that's local to you and seeing if you can like maybe go do a job shadow for a day or two and see how you really feel about it, because I know a lot of people that have gone into doing hair and then they don't even last a year, and then they still have all of that debt that they just gained from going to beauty school. Like, I think a lot of people look into, yeah, I mean, 10,000 really isn't, I feel like that's really cheap. I mean, I guess it depends on where you're at, but I know where I am, a couple years ago, it was at like 20,000. And I'm sure it's gone up since then. I have no idea what it's at. So I know school can be really expensive. So I feel like a lot of people look at the hair industry as it's just like a hobby, like a side job to what your real job is. And that's not true. Like, I've actually been doing I did a haircut on somebody before. This is when I worked at like a Supercuts or something, and I was doing this fellow's haircut, and he literally asked me while I was cutting his hair, what do I do for work? What do I do for work? And I kind of was like, I'm doing it. Like, this is it. Yeah, 22,000 there. Yeah, like school isn't cheap for hair. It's kind of, I mean, it's a commitment. It's like a year and a half, 2 years, depending on where you're at. I know here in Washington, we kind of have some of the higher hours, like 1,800 hours, I believe it is. So for me, that was like a year and a half. So it's not something that you want to go into to just try out and see how it is. It's something that you want to do if you really feel like a passion for it, or you've had like a big interest in it. But I wouldn't recommend it for anybody that just feels like they want to try it out just for fun and see what happens, because you're not gonna last. Like if you don't give it at least like 5 years of actual effort, then you're probably not gonna go anywhere. You're just gonna give up. You really got to stick to it. 18,000 in Mississippi. Yeah, so sounds like the average for beauty school is like between 10 to 20,000. So I would always recommend somebody to be a hairstylist. I would never say don't be a hairstylist. I would 100% would always say do it. But like I wouldn't recommend it for just to try out. So yeah, go job shadow somebody. Like put in a full day. Go maybe do 2 different job shadows. Maybe go job shadow or see if you could work a day like at a Supercuts or Master Cuts or Hair Masters or something like that. Because I feel like when you first get out in the industry and you're doing hair, I feel like the first job that you're really going to be doing is at a salon like that, where you're just working at a typical like minimum wage place. So I feel like you really need to go somewhere and check out those kinds of salons first, and then maybe go job shadow somewhere more like upscale, or if you see a stylist that you like and you admire their work or whatever, you could go job shadow that person. Because the reality is that probably the first few years that you're doing hair, you probably are going to be working like at a, I don't want to say chop shop, but you know what I mean? Kind of like the chop shop. When I first got out of doing hair, like I always had a passion for it, and I always knew that I loved hair, and I knew that hair was what I was going to do no matter what. Like even now, I can't imagine doing anything else, and I've been doing hair for like probably like 17 years or so. That makes me feel so old. But my first job was in our mall. It was at a Master Cuts, and I actually really liked that job. That was a really good job. I really liked the girls that I worked with. I felt like that was such a good place to just like practice your craft a little bit more, because obviously when you get out, you're kind of like scared about what you're doing. So I feel like if you're just new in the industry, going somewhere, if you know that you like color, I wouldn't ever go anywhere like Supercuts, because they really just do haircuts mostly. But if you know that you don't ever want to do color, and you know that's not something you want to do, then go maybe to a barber shop, or go to Supercuts if you know that's what you want to do. But just know like you're just going to be stuck doing haircuts. But if you're fine with that, then that's cool. But yeah, job shadow 2 different places. I was at Master Cuts I think I was there for like 3 years. And then after that, I kind of jumped around a lot my first few years, just because I was trying to I wanted to do more, and I wanted to do work at a better place. And in my area that I worked at, the best place that you could really go to at that time was JCPenney salon. And I know that probably doesn't sound like the best place for anybody else, but for us, that was where the high end, because I'm just in a small farm town, but JCPenney's was definitely one of the best places you could go to get your hair done. Try to see if you can be yeah, you totally could see if you can be an assistant or an apprentice. Ooh, is it gonna disappear? Don't disappear. Oh, it faded. I missed the end part of that little that comment. But yeah, you can see if you want to be an apprentice, or I think that would be good for when you're when you're probably just getting out doing hair. I think that would be good too, especially if you have a salon that, how long does school take? How long after school does it take to make a decent living? That's all on the person. That really depends on you. Like for me, if you go somewhere where it's like a master cuts, super cuts, that kind of place, you're really going to be stuck at minimum wage. I know they always say like, oh, you can always make more if you, depending on how much you bring in. But the reality is like, you're going to be at minimum wage. I don't know what minimum wage is now, but like for me, it was $8, $7, not good. But the best that you can ever do is if you do booth rental. So my suggestion, like I got really lucky where I'm at because I lived in Texas for a while, lost my clientele. Then I was married and I was in California for a while, got rid of all of my clientele and like referred them on to somebody else because I thought I was going to be there a long term. I ended up getting divorced, moving back home. And I had zero clientele. I didn't have any. So I don't want to hear people say that it takes a long time to be successful and to build a clientele. It doesn't if you put the work in. It only took me like 6 months to get booked up. So that I feel like is really fast, but I was willing to like work really late and be here for clients when they needed me. So it probably, I would say an average hairstylist, it probably takes 3 to 5 years to make a decent living, realistically. But if you are somebody that has a spouse that maybe is the breadwinner and they're able to support you in your journey as a hairstylist, if you're able to find a place to go work at, see if you can start there and maybe just start at part-time or something. And just be there every day that you can. Be there all day if you can. Don't turn away anybody. And what I did to grow my clientele really fast was I would put out ads on Facebook Marketplace, or I would do on my Facebook, I would do hey, looking for a hair model, just like a $75 product fee for the service, that kind of thing. And that really got a lot of people in. And so even if I wasn't booked a whole day, even if I only did 2 colors in that day, that's still $200 in one day versus working minimum wage somewhere and only making $80 for that day. So you kind of have to keep in mind, when you're working minimum wage, you're paid hourly, but when you do booth rental, everything that you make that day is yours. Keep in mind you have to pay for your own product, your chair, your insurance, your you have to do your own taxes, all of that stuff. So, but you really not you're just now comfortable with the living and you're the breadwinner. Yeah, I really feel like it takes 3 to 5 years to really build a really steady clientele. Google a free marketing course. That would be good. Yeah. I feel like the biggest way that you can grow clientele, for me, is social media. I think if you're just starting out, just post everything, take the best pictures that you can. One thing that I see a lot of people do that I think is a mistake is I'm going to show you my station really quick because I just finished a color and I haven't cleaned up. How did you build up your book part-time? Just trying to do it freelance. Okay. For your Facebook ads, if you do Facebook ads, keep it at $100 or just under $100, and don't give away your services for free. Don't do the most work for $100. There's obviously going to be people that are going to say, hey, can I get a full foil for $100? Don't do that. No, don't do that. The way that I did it is I would take a picture of a really simple highlight, and I would say partial highlight and haircut, $100 or $75 or whatever, or come up with things one thing that I started doing is, hi Joan, good to see you. One thing that you could do now, because the whole balayage and that thing is really big, one thing you could do is take a picture of it where you're really just highlighting around somebody's face, and then just maybe paint a few panels on the side here and like mostly through the ends, and just brighten them up a lot like in here, but don't touch anything else around the rest, and maybe just charge $100 for that. And that would really take maybe like 30 minutes to pop in the color and then do a trim. I'm nervous to go have my haircut color due to COVID. Do you have any? My business hasn't dropped off. I feel like everybody was so eager to get back into the salon that I don't feel like businesses really got, I mean, I know that there are some people that have gotten hurt from the business. I personally have not. So I guess you just got to find more ways to keep doing specials. Thank you for watching, Joan. You're always so sweet. Yeah, so social media is probably the biggest way for you to build a clientele. If you guys want me, like, I know that I don't really ever sit down with you guys and like talk about things, because I know when I upload like my vlogs, I feel like they don't get hardly any views. Like a typical video that I do, if I upload it in a day, it will get like maybe like 1,000 views in the first day, which thank you guys, I appreciate it. But then when I upload like more of a vlog style video, just, you know, I know it doesn't do very good. And so sometimes those only get like 300 views in a day. And so I've never really put out any videos where I'm like really sitting down and going over specific topics, because I feel like you guys generally don't really like that. But if there is something that you guys would want me to go over, thank you for watching my vlogs, Donna Rose. I really appreciate all you guys, and I love all you guys, and I really appreciate you even more so if you actually stick around and watch my vlogs, because it is few and far between. Out of all of my subscribers, I think that I don't really have a lot of people that watch the vlogs, which please do pro and con of being a hairstylist. There isn't much videos on here. Okay, that'd be a good one. I don't really have a con list though. I'll tell you now, the cons for being a hairstylist, no retirement, no medical usually. So any of those extra benefits that you would get from another job, like that really is the only con, honestly, is that you're not going to get those kinds of things. I would say those are really the only few. Thank you, Mary, for loving my rants. I definitely tend to go off on a rant a lot. But if you are a hairstylist and if you can think of any cons to the industry, like add it in the comments below, because I personally can't really think of any cons. I love the industry because like the first year that I was really building my clientele up, I had to put in so much work. I'm a single mom. And I mean, I have my boyfriend now, but like, you know, I am the one raising my son solely. And so there would be times, especially when my son was in school, where he would be here at the salon with me until like 10:30 at night, 11 o'clock at night, and he'd be asleep on the couch up front. And then, you know, that would make him tired for school, but that's just what I had to do as a single mom. Hi there. You've been doing hair for, how long have you been in the salon? I've been in the salon for, I don't know if I'm reading that right. Let me see if I can pull the comments back up. All messages? Oh, I think I was able to pull them up. Okay. I start school in April and I know nothing about school. Oh, so you are gonna start. I don't know. Sorry, guys. The messages like come up and then they disappear. Let me see if I can pull it. It is hard to move, to start over. Oh, what is that other one? I'm wondering how long you have been in the salon, and have you stopped and started hair? Okay. So the salon that I'm in now, I've been here for probably like 3 years. Yeah. I've been here for 3 years. And I started here with zero clientele. Like I had my family. So, you know, those 5 people that you do spread out. But other than that, like I was here and luckily you had a break and then come back. No. So the only break that I had is when we were, shut down from COVID. That's the only break that I had since being here. Hello. Thank you so much for watching. So yeah, type up your cons in the industry. I think that's a good one too. If you move away, it's hard to get started up again. And that's actually really true. So when I left Washington and I moved to Texas, I went to go work at JCPenney's there. When you move away somewhere else, you kind of have to, well, first of all, you have to transfer your, oh, I think my next client's here. Hey, I'll be there in just a second. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna more videos where I lift dark hair. Actually, my client that I'm gonna be doing right now has really dark hair. So, how to work social media? Okay. Okay, you guys write your suggestions in the comments below and I will get back to you guys, or I'll make a list of videos that you guys want me to do. So I'm gonna go to my client. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very much. And I'll do another one later and I will see you next time. Okay, bye. I'm gonna figure out how to end this. I don't know how to end this. Okay. Thank you guys.